Good evening. The Scottish Tory leader and Scottish Secretary would be prepared to resign their positions in a row over the Prime Minister's Brexit strategy. In a letter to Theresa May, Ruth Davidson and David Mundell said they will not support any Brexit deal which undermines the UK by introducing different arrangements for Northern Ireland. The First Minister said it was a bizarre position. Graham Stewart reports.
Together we save the Union!
Ruth Davidson and David Mundell have long stood shoulder to shoulder with the Prime Minister over Brexit, but one issue might change that: the Northern Irish border. There's no appetite for customs or other checks here, so in the event that a Brexit deal can't be reached, the EU's proposed a so-called backstop. That would mean Northern Ireland staying in the EU customs union, large parts of the single market and Europe's VAT system. The Prime Minister's rejected that particular proposal, but Ruth Davidson and David Mundell are worried she might end up agreeing some kind of compromise. In a joint letter, they say, having fought just 4 years ago to keep our country together, the integrity of our United Kingdom remains the single most important issue for us in these negotiations. They add we could not support any deal that creates a border of any kind in the Irish Sea and undermines the Union or leads to Northern Ireland having a different relationship with the EU than the rest of the UK beyond what currently exists. The Scottish Government's Brexit Secretary has dismissed the letter as a histrionic gesture.
This is an astonishing development. I mean, not that Ruth Davidson holds any position in the UK government. But to say that you'll resign if Scotland is not treated as badly as everywhere else strikes me as a complete dereliction of duty. They're elected by people in Scotland, and yet they want Scotland to suffer the hardest of Brexit. That strikes me as a ludicrous position, and one in which we should be saying, have they really come to this?
The First Minister tweeted to say it was a bizarre position, doubting whether they would have the gumption to resign. The fear for Ruth Davidson and David Mundell is that any separate agreement for Northern Ireland could bolster the case for Scottish independence. That worry's not new, but the fact that resignations are now being talked about shows just how high the stakes are as the Brexit negotiations reach their endgame. Graham Stewart, reporting Scotland.